Hello, Victor here again, Mercedes.com. Today is another video about this 95 SL500. Now, the engine was washed, and from previous video you can compare the way the engine was and the way it is now. Now, this was just rinsed without any scrubbing. Okay, so no scrubbing, just pressure wash and some royal purple over, and just pressure wash all around. And oxidation seemed to be that it just started to etch in, but it was caught just on time, and it didn't actually eat any well, just very light damage, because you can compare how the new aluminum covers, these are not really pure aluminum. There's like it's magnesium or something like that. It's not 100% aluminum, but this is new, and this is this is how it came out. So I mean, pretty decent, to be honest. Once the covers are back on, plastics are back on, then it's gonna look pretty much okay. It's a 1995, it's a runner. It has over 100,000 miles. I also pressure washed the plastics. They're laying right over there, all of the plastics. At the end, once it's all said and done, then we're just gonna dress the engine up, just make it shine, and it should be pretty much okay. So, what I would need to like to see is these new hoses to be replaced, all of these vacuum lines with rubbers, because you can see how that hose, for example, that's the color, and this is the same hose. You can compare the color. This is more white versus that one. That's more brown. So that's very brittle at this point, because I don't know if you can see two shades. See, that's like yellow, and this like is white. It's the same hose, because it discolorated because of the engine heat, obviously. So that's to be replaced, and other vacuum hoses to be replaced. These wires are loose. They have to be secured. You can't just have wires laying around like this. There's an attachment point that was broken here, or we can put the zip tie and just hold them together, because these wires cannot just lay like that. So that's that. That's the lower harness, by the way, and it was replaced at some point of time. As you can see, wires are nice and colorful. So somebody did this before, years ago, I'm sure, but it was done. Engine harness is also a replacement harness. These wires are nice and colorful. All right. So we're changing caps and rotors and spark plugs. Yes. There is a vacuum leak inside the car. I hear it. I hear a hiss. I have to find it. AC needs a refill, and then we'll see what's happening with the air conditioner, because the dye is in the system, but because engine was pressure washed and there is no gas in the system, then there's no way of saying what it's leaking from. And that's that. Fan clutch works. Belt isn't squealing or anything. That's that. The motor is on order for the windshield washer, for the wiper, windshield wiper washer. There it goes. And that's that. Air filters to be replaced, because there are some acorns in there. The areas where acorns used to be right there, that is vacuumed and cleaned up. I also vacuumed underneath that cover where computers are. I didn't want to pressure wash that area, because computer box is there and wires are there, so there's a bunch of things going on here. So I left it alone. No water to be sprayed in that area. Engine is going to vaporize all the water, because it's obviously runs hot, but in that area the water is not going to go anywhere, so it might sit inside connectors or inside wires. We don't want that. Okay, so that is that. The seat is all disassembled. These are all plastics. Here's the motor laying down under there, as you can see the skeleton. These pieces, the actual what you call these things, cushions, they're not secured, just laying there, because seat belt to be dealt with, and headrest motor gears to be replaced, and new battery installed. Now in this area there's really not much to see, but the battery is installed, and underneath I sprayed lots of, like as you can see, it's like some sort of I don't even know how to call it. It's like a rust preventer, if you will. As you can see, the terminals are shiny. Underneath the battery is all shiny. The bracket that secures the battery is shiny. So all of that is sprayed because you want it to be lubricated. Although nobody goes there, and that's the reason. Nobody goes there for years, and the area underneath the battery gets rusty. So we obviously do not want that. We want to prevent that. Okay, oil change is going to be in order. New oil, and that's that. So for now it's enough. This light we're going to replace, I think, because it's very discolorated. I can polish this, but I don't know, maybe we'll just replace the whole thing for the new one because it looks pretty bad. Oh yeah, the shocks for the trunk, these are actually good. They hold, and they're replacement ones, I can tell by the shocks themselves, so that's a good news. Roof works now, of course. Well, other things are left, but the engine itself, even with bad caps and rotors, it runs really nice. No misfiring or anything. I'm just warming up the engine to vaporize whatever remaining water in any cavities that I cannot get to with air. So I'm just wanted to get it really hot, so let the water vaporize and be gone after a wash. And basically that's all for today, even though it sounds a simple kind of task, but you know, to clean up and vacuum everywhere in a tiny little cavity, because basically I use the vacuum cleaner and I use the air. So the vacuum cleaner, right, and the air hose. So what happens is you keep the vacuum cleaner pipe sitting there just sucking in air, and then you dislodge small particles with the air hose. They come up, and then the vacuum just picks them up and just takes them away. So that's what I do, as much as I can, of course, because I'm not a detailer. And that is that. All right, so this is all for now. Another day, another project, another job, and hopefully some parts will come in soon, and I can get some things done in the engine bay, just to make, you know, to make it run even better. This pipe I specifically made ugly, so I don't forget to replace these vacuum lines for the new ones, of course. And that's about it. All right, so this is another day. It's Victor at RestoreYourMercedes.com. Thank you for watching.